first of all, we wanted to discuss, and this is a topic that Sid brought up, K-pop group collabs. So our favorites, some ones that didn't work maybe as well. I don't know. But Sid, do you have anyone collab you want to start with?
I figured we could just riff off of each other. I mean, one of my favorites is definitely Juice WRLD's collab with BTS for their song All Night off of their it was off of like one of their movie, I think, concert film albums actually. But great collab. That song goes off.
Is it like sad, like a Juice WRLD song?
No. Yeah. It's like sexy. It's called All Night. So like, you know,
I was expecting.
I was thinking maybe like I cried all night, like or something like that.
No,
girl of my dreams left me.
It's not. Juice WRLD specifically is like very, goes into some details, and then BTS follows him up, and then they came forward and were like, we were talking about staying up in the studio all night writing music. I was like, no, don't lie, because that looks crazy. But no, that song is amazing. I love a lot of their collabs, actually. I love their Idol featuring Nicki collab. I thought that was amazing just because Nicki Minaj, and she came in there and killed it. What's Good Korea? I was like, okay, yes.
You gotta talk about Boy With Love, though. As a fan of this song and a not big fan of Halsey, I think it's a great job.
Yeah, I love that song.
She hopped on that track, said, oh my, and then got out.
And made her impact, and it was great.
Did her job.
Got her paycheck.
She did her job.
Exactly. Got that check.
And that song is an immortal classic. So, you know what? She's still getting them checks.
She is.
All she had to do was go in the studio and go, oh my.
Oh my. Yeah.
Can you turn the music up?
My thing is, I will say one BTS collab that I really don't like is their collab with Sia for On. Yes, that exists.
On's the drum one, right?
Yeah.
I've heard of this collab so much. It's infamous for no disrespect to Sia at all, but it's infamous for people not liking it, like for being bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just like, it's one of those things where like you just didn't need it. Like it's better off without it. And that's nothing against Sia's voice. Sia's an amazing singer. Like, she has so much talent. It's just that Sia's better at being Sia, and BTS is better at being BTS. Like, that's all.
Yeah.
So you liked it separately?
Yeah.
That's interesting. She has this one collab with 07 that I'm obsessed with, but it's more her style.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I don't know how to describe On, but like, it's not a Sia song, so that was different.
Interesting
for them in terms of collabs. I'll tell you the worst one because I hate it. It's no surprise that goes to that little Jason Derulo.
I knew it. Jason Derulo, yeah.
Savage love. And I will say, BTS made that song better, and I don't like that song. So the fact that they made it better, proud of them. They did that. They made that song go #1.
That's that Bangtan magic.
That's an incredible achievement. To make that song go #1, that is a huge achievement on the part
to make people talk about Jason Derulo not in a joking way in 2021.
Now, let's be honest here. We gotta add some context and put some respect on Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo. He makes Jason Derulo makes hits, and he makes them
in the
every
6th
time
grade.
he goes out with something. No.
I've never heard a Jason Derulo song since I was in middle school.
There's
songs of Jason Derulo's that you probably don't even know are his, and that he has to do with it, and they're his. I can't name any, so don't ask me, but they are there, and it's just not surprising that it hit on TikTok, because he's really TikTok.
Oh, that's right.
That's a fact. But all I will say is things that made that song better: Jungkook, Hobi, Yoongi. Yes. Jungkook specifically cursing on a song and saying fuck. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's fair. Can we talk about...
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Let's talk about a collab that between two boy groups, American boy group, Korean boy group. So we got Pretty Much, the Simon Cowell-backed group. Not anymore. They're under something different now.
Okay.
And we got NCT Dream that constantly makes some of my favorite music in NCT. And they came together and made a song, and it was a jam. I mean, it wasn't like my favorite of either of their music, but it was like good. It was good. It was kind of meh for me because I'm like, wasn't crazy about it. Obviously didn't hate it because it was good, but you know.
Yeah. No, Pretty Much is very talented. And like, I loved seeing them reach out to other groups because they didn't just do K-pop. They also did CNCO and like, yeah, like I think it's really cool. I like the idea of boy groups collabing, but I don't think it's realistic in K-pop though.
Well,
I mean, like,
I've been saying,
yes, but like two K-pop boy groups collabing, I think is very different.
It's a lot of people, but
yeah,
what I do have to say though is that NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys are doing a collab album, and I want BTS on it. Like, I feel like that would hit.
Yeah!
Wouldn't that bang so hard if BTS was on it? I would want that so bad.
Crazy.
That would be so insane. Cool. Like,
I know that was
insane.
Yeah, they're doing a collab album. I don't know if Justin Timberlake's involved or not because he might be too famous for that. But honestly, that would be the thing to get the public opinion to not hate him anymore at the moment. Because, you know, Free Britney, everyone kind of hates Justin Timberlake right now. So I think, if Justin was on it, that would be, you know, a good move for him. But also, if BTS was on that and, like, it was, like, the three maybe even, like, some One Direction members, that would go so hard.
Insane. It'd be like actually ridiculous.
Boy group heaven. or maybe some BTS and Boys to Men. That would go hard as hell too.
Don't do that. Yeah.
I don't know. That would be lit.
I think group collabs are interesting. I brought up this topic, actually. I made it one of our topics that we talk about today because specifically of TXT's announcement that they're coming out with a new version of their title track, Lovesick, with PH1. Who is it? Hoodie? His name's also Hoodie, but it's like Hoodie Go Child something.
Yeah, it's not Hoodie.
It's not Hoodie. And the original song already did have a feature on it, which is their female indie, Woody.
Oh, I've heard of Woody.
Yeah, they're both under Higher Music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's very interesting that they're gonna be on it. There was already a feature. I think her name's Sayori. She's an indie soloist. Is already on the track. But I'm excited to see what PH1 does specifically because we like PH1 in this house.
Yeah, I like PH1 a lot. He's really cool. Tyler put us on that.
Yeah, exactly. So after like hearing that they were doing that collab, I was like, yo, there are so many good like collabs within K-pop that don't get enough like call out. I'm pretty sure that there's another one that I'm missing that I really want to talk about.
Well,
I got surprised
about PH1.
Yeah, just in PH1, Woody, Goldchild. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm surprised that they're collaborating with TXT, a K-pop group, just because that's not something that PH1, at least I can say, typically does. So I was excited. I was surprised, but I was excited because I like TXT. I was happy that he's doing that. Like, you know what I mean?
No, TXT makes good music. So like
that needs to happen.
Yeah. Oh, the song that it was BTS's song with Charlie XCX.
Oh,
that's also really good.
I have to listen to that. I love Charlie XCX.
Yeah, they have a song with her. I think it's called Heartbeat. I could be wrong. It could be a different song on the album.
They have so many collabs. I had no idea they had a song with her.
Yeah. It's off of that album. It's off the same album as their Juice WRLD collab.
Yeah. Wow.
There are 2 Blackpink collabs I gotta give it to. First of all, is I think this is Sour Candy. Yes, I think it is Blackpink's best collab. I love this song. It makes me want to Vogue so hard. I think Lady Gaga did an excellent job of letting each member stand out, which I don't think the other one I'm going to talk about did so much, but I think she did an excellent job of letting them stand out. I think it's great that they sang in both English and Korean on the track. I think Lady Gaga sounded amazing with them. It just really, it really, I don't know, it just felt like a really natural thing for Blackpink to do with Lady Gaga, even though it's not something that's typically their sound, but it actually worked really well. Lisa sounded good, Rosé sounded good, Jennie sounded good, Jisoo sounded good. Everyone had a moment. So I really like that in a collab. Now, I love this song. It took me a long time to warm up to this song, but I do love it. And that's Ice Cream. But my biggest issue is that it did not need to be a collab. Like, I would have liked the song the second it came out if Selena Gomez wasn't, no hate, I love Selena Gomez, okay? No hate on Selena Gomez. I just think Jisoo didn't get enough lines. And Jisoo, especially at that moment, Jisoo and Jennie are kind of a tie for my favorite right now. But when that came out, like, it was all about Jisoo. Jisoo really was my favorite. So I was like, fuck this song. She only has 14 seconds in the music video. But I do like that song.
Yeah.
It kind of bangs really hard. And Lisa's verse on it slaps so hard. Mona Lisa, kind of Lisa,
yeah,
the
Lisa,
lyricism.
was she in that tiny baby Ferrari?
Yeah.
Even her first
she's
flow,
so
when she
good.
opens up with her like Philly jeans on, where she was killing it.
Yeah, I love all her verses on that track. So I love that song. It took me a while to warm up to it though, because I am a big Jisoo stan. So, but yeah, I enjoy that song.
Oh, I just remembered, first of all, the Charlie XCX song, I looked it up. It's Dream Glow. But yes, Olivia, you have to listen to it. It's really good.
Okay.
Also, there was a point where I was obsessed with BTS's collab with Lauv. One, for Make It Right, because that song is really good.
I love that song.
Oh, Skylar loved that song. And I know a lot of armies don't like that song, but that song is good. Like,
it's a good song.
It's a good song. So Make It Right, Lauv collab, and also when they were on his album for his song Who, love that. So I just had to
either of these songs, man. There's a lot of songs I need to catch up on.
I was in love with Who. It's actually it's one of like the only K-pop songs that my sister likes like a lot. Jade loves Who. Like, she was singing that in the car. She's like, put on my song. I was like, I got you, girl. I know exactly what you're waiting for.
Yeah.
I love the song 1 Billion Views by EXO-SC, and they have Moon Soojin on it, and she sounds really good with both of their voices, and it's a really like natural part in the song. So it just feels like it, you know, I was like, oh, a subunit collab. That's really interesting, but I really like that song a lot. It's my favorite EXO subunit song, actually. So I really dig that song.
I think that K-pop collabs are very interesting. Like, sometimes they seem very like strange or distant, and sometimes they seem like right on. Like Yoongyum's collab with Davida, although I would have liked to hear more of Yoongyum because it was like his debut single, but Davida has a great voice, and like they were on that track together and it sounded great. Like, they both are so talented.
You know, it's
and
a
so
distant
I think
one.
that's really cool.
Not bad. It just felt like a disconnect, especially in the music video. It was that Wonho song with that.
Yeah, with Kira.
Yeah, that was very disconnected.
It just didn't feel like
the video didn't mesh.
But
I do like the song, but I do like Wonho just because it's Wonho. Like, I like the song, but if it was just Wonho, I'd probably like it more. That's very
what
true.
I'm thinking. Yeah, nothing on her. I just
about you.
didn't feel like a cohesive.
Yeah, totally Yeah.
But again, love these artists. It's just that sometimes, like, with a collab, it doesn't fit the way it's supposed to. It's like supposed to feel like one work, and sometimes it just doesn't mesh well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
but I love collabs.
I gotta
like
give it up
when
to this classic too, "Be Natural" by Red Velvet, which is a cover, but it's a cover of
who they collab
SES.
with.
But they have Taeyong from NCT before he debuted, while he was still in SM Rookies. Did a rap on that song, and it's really good. It adds something new to the song and really makes it their own version of it, rather than just being a straight cover of SES's. So I really like that one. Oh,
Yeah,
also,
Is that like a performance, or is that?
it's the one where they do the chairs.
I was gonna.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that one.
I know
Yeah.
that
I've
one.
seen it. It's really good. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
Yeah.
Taeyong's like in the middle of all of them. Taeyong and
Olivia
Seulgi,
showed
let's
us
go.
that one.
I love that song.
We were really
Mhm.
supposed to focus on groups, but I realized I already brought up a soloist, so I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, I have one after Olivia, a soloist.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bring it. Do it, Skylar.
Yeah, bring it in.
Okay, so I cannot go without mentioning Chungha and Rich Brian, These Nights. That is my song. I love that song. And that's like, I mean, that's just objectively, in my opinion, a good song. And the video is so funny. I think they match together really well, better than probably anyone expected anyway. I think Rich Brian's just a lot of fun to work with, no matter what. He's just a funny guy.
Yeah.
So it was cool. And also I just like I like Rich Brian, and I am interested in why he chose Chungha to collab with, but I think I understand, and I also think he's just really talented.
Yeah.
Isn't her Western label 88 Rising?
Oh, now it is. At that time, I don't think it was.
I think that was
though.
just before it was announced. Yeah.
Oh,
It must have been in the works.
Yeah, definitely. But they definitely, I think 88 Rising definitely picks and chooses who they focus on in K-pop, like ATs, how they invited them to their festival, or like Chungha. I think it's people, or Jackson. I think it's people that really fit with like pushing things forward, kind of like bringing a new voice and perspective into K-pop. Because all of those three acts are very new, you know, and like free. They express a lot of freedom, if that makes sense.
What did Sid
And
whisper?
they're all people. I said they're all people that Sky loves.
Oh yeah.
I guess so. Hey, 88 Rising took, I don't know what happened to Lexi Liu. They took her off. She's not even on there anymore.
Oh,
I freaking love Lexi Liu. That's my, not K-pop, but I love Lexi Liu.
Speaking of Chungha, oh sorry, but Wow Thing with Seulgi, Chungha, Sinbi, and Don Sion. Wow Thing slaps so hard. I love that song.
I've never heard that.
What? It's like that, like kind of
really
90s
haven't.
New Jack Swing song. It's so good. It's so good, and we deserved a live performance of it, and I'm mad that we never did. And I want Seulgi to do something else with Chungha, and maybe I said this was my dream one: Seulgi, Chungha, Sunmi, and Jisoo. I think that would be lit.
That is good.
Powerful.
It's really good.
Women.
Women. I would love to see more like female or male features like from K-pop groups on each other's tracks, and then have them included as love interests in the music video. That would be sick. But I do think that like K-pop would implode if they ever
They always
tried
start
that.
a dating scandal when that happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be allowed, but I love stuff
Wendy
like that.
and Eric
Like,
Nam did one like that.
Oh,
I think
really?
I have seen that.
And they're
Seulgi killed the dude from TVXQ.
Yes.
In that
was
video,
so
yeah.
cool.
I love that
Yeah.
video.
So like I love seeing like people I like collabing and working together. I just think it's really interesting because K-pop groups, there are so many members that are already so talented that like when they throw other people on the track, I think you're like, wow, well, like why? Like what does this person have? Like what does it add to the mix? And then you want to listen to it and hear it and like understand why they chose to like have a feature. So
That's
I
a
think
good
it's very
point.
interesting.
Yeah, I also, my dream, Black Velvet, if that ever happened. That's 9. That's the same number of people in Twice. It could work, I think.
You could make it work.
I don't think it would work because I don't think SM and YG would ever talk to each other that much. But, I'm still, reaching out, hoping for it, praying for it, manifesting. And we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Positive thinking.
Yeah. But I am like, I do think that these groups are so good. They don't need, a lot of the time they don't need features.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very specific reason, I think, why they put someone on a song. And it always does make me think more like, oh, like, what does this person have?
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that's very interesting. Like, what aspect were they like, well, we should change it up. We should do this.
Yeah, that's true. You also wanted to mention whether or not we felt that Super M was more of a collaboration than a group.
Yes. Well, okay. I don't feel either way. I thought it'd be a good debate to have. Like, honestly, they're a group. Like, they love each other. Taemin feels very connected to all of them. Kai, they look out for each other.
Yeah.
So I think they're like attached. But I do wonder, because they come from such different groups, if like working together to find their sound or rhythm together is more similar to like a collaborative project than really a designated group.
Well,
because I still think they spend most of their time with their designated groups.
I mean, I think that's the point of it being a super group, right? A super group is like they put people who are already famous together into a group. So like the first one where that happened was in 66 with Cream, and that was Eric Clapton, who was already very famous, but this kind of like really skyrocketed him into like international stardom. Oh my god, Ginger Baker, the drummer, he had been in a couple big bands, and who's the singer? Oh my god, this is so bad. Singer and bassist. Anyways, he was really famous too. They were all really big on the British blues scene. So this one record company was like, hey, these guys are all really big. Their bands all broke up. Let's put them all together into a band. And that was the first ever supergroup. So what Super M is kind of doing is very similar to that. But it's interesting because their groups are still active.
Yeah, that's why it's different to me, I think. It's because I see like, I see them be with their groups. I see them in that space. Like Kai and Taemin, we've now seen them done solo work, and Taemin, a very successful and continuous soloist. So I think it's interesting to also see them come together in another like group. And
musically, they sound kind of like another NCT subunit.
Exactly. And I think that's what it is. Like, it's very interesting because it's not like they took these different sounds and made them one. It doesn't feel like that. It does feel like, to me, another NCT subunit.
Yeah.
But with like features. Like,
yeah, it's like NCT
Taemin,
featuring EXO and SHINee.
Baekhyun in there.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's like now, because of everyone in the military, it's literally Kai and NCTU.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if they'll do another Super M thing for 2 years. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, I did not think about that. I only think about Taemin being gone, guys. I only miss my husband and want him to come home safe.
Yeah,
I mean, beautiful soldier husband.
You think they would ever like kind of do like NCT does, and like maybe keep the members of NCT and Kai in it, but like put other SHINee and EXO members in there?
And Super M?
Yeah, like maybe like NCT it.
No,
I don't think they will. But let me tell you, now Onu got a voice on him. And that would be very interesting. I don't think he's made for that. I think he would be like, no.
No, he would be like, no. I'm good.
Yeah. I think Super M is made to be what do they call it? The Avengers,
The Avengers
of K-pop.
of K-pop.
They clearly picked the people they did for very specific reasons. So they won't NCT it, but it'll be interesting to see what they would do if they switch people out.
Yeah, because it's just like half the group's gone. I mean, not half, but like,
Yeah.
you know, the two of the people that make it Super M versus just being an NCT unit are gone. So it's very interesting.
To be honest, I was surprised that it stayed as active as it did after their first release, because I thought it was just like a special group. And I think they're just going to go on hiatus, honestly, if it's not enough members, or just release a few things here and there.
Yeah, their
Any
last
sub-units?
release was...
Yeah.
It was a happy song. I don't remember what it was
Oh,
called.
it was that one they did for the insurance company. That one slapped.
Fire.
And 10 did the
That was-
splits. I loved that one.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the
I
only
just
one I
remember
love,
the
I'm not gonna
fireworks,
lie.
honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Jopping is not my favorite.
Because when we jump in and hop in,
we jop it.
I mean, it was a
will
cultural
say,
reset, but I never
the
need to
one
listen
that
to
I
it on my own.
watched-
Yeah.
The song that I've actually watched multiple times is Tiger Inside, and I give that to Kai. Okay, he looked very good in his hanbok, and he just looked superior. So I have listened to that and watched it multiple times for Kai.
Yeah.
I really want because it is a super group, and because they have a group like Shiny, like they have Taemin in there, and I love Shiny's music, like adore it, amazing, like love that music. I'd love for them to incorporate some of that sound into Super M and not just make it sound like another NCT subunit.
Yeah, I'd love to hear those NCT vocalists doing a song like that too. You know?
Yeah.
Because they
Like,
all
I
have
would
such
really
great
enjoy it.
voices.
Everyone in the group is so talented. Like, I would love for them to step away and do something different. Maybe like they have a slow song, but like maybe something a little more soulful. I don't know.
Or
Like,
something
I
like
just feel
Sherlock. Just something with like a lot of harmonies. Just like really.
NCT? NCT?
No,
Super
Super
M.
M.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know about Super M's discography. I'll be honest.
I don't think any of us.
So I don't.
We only really know the title tracks. I'll be real, guys. Like, I only know the title tracks.
Even though I like stan
Let's just
everyone
be
in that group, but like I don't
Yeah.
stan Super M.
Yeah.
Quite yet.
Literally, I love everyone in Super M.
Yes.
Like, literally everyone. Everyone in there. But I just can't get myself into the group. And I really, like, I feel some type of way about it.
Yeah, I'll watch every
I
interview
want
though because
to
I
like
like
it.
them and I think they actually do have a good dynamic and I think it's cute that Taemin's kind of like the mom of the group. But
Yes.
music wise, I'm just kind of like I'd rather listen to EXO, I'd rather listen to Shiny, I'd rather listen to NCT.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that totally. I
So
think
that's
it's that
why-
effect.
No, go on.
I think it's that effect where they all come from such iconic groups. I mean, NCT. I'm just a fan of them, and I know you are too, Olivia. So we just have sentimental ties to that. But for otherwise, they all come from such iconic groups. It's kind of like, what can Super M do that Shiny can't? What can Super M do that EXO can't? And those groups have their own style. As for Super M, their identity is solely based on the fact that they all come from these iconic groups and they're all iconic people. But that's like it. There's nothing there. Whereas I think these other groups have an identity that we're already like involved
Familiar
with.
with.
So it's
Now,
hard.
do you think
invest
for
in.
the meantime SM would do something with the girls? Or do you think
We can only hope.
We can only hope. I mean, I would like maybe like Taeyeon from. They would obviously put Seongi in
Oh
there.
my god.
Not even just because of me.
What?
This is not even just because of me, okay? I think they would put Seongi in there anyways, just because like she's basically like the Kai of the girls.
You're right.
I think they would put
You're right.
Taeyeon
Right.
from Girls' Generation as the main vocalist. I think they would put. I don't know if they could get anyone from FX. They all left. That's the big issue, is that FX is gone, so you kind of can't do the same thing.
The dancers, like the female dancers in SM.
Yeah, but anyways, I would like for the SM girls to do something like Super M and do some kind of pussy music. That would be cool. You know, give me something like Bad Boy with like a couple members of Girls' Generation, a couple members of Red Velvet, a couple members of aespa. I'd be down for that. And
that's cool.
I think it would be a good thing to do while Taemin and Baekhyun are gone.
Serve.
Serving.
I would only like.
I would love both having military husbands is hard.
I'm not allowed to look at other men. I mean, I do, but I'm not supposed to.
That's the military wife life. Taemin was like, "Don't cheat on me."
Is that what?
I know, he's literally like, "Don't cheat on me. Don't look at other men, because if you do, I could cheat on you too." I was like, "Oh my god." That sounds like a very toxic relationship, but I love you and I'm in. I'm in.
Hoping I get that Baekhyun photo card. I'll cry if I do.